seated here.
Yeah.
All right, it is 6 o'clock on August 20th. I'd like to call this evening's meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any amendments to the agenda? I have one. So let's start with that. I have, we're going to remove the consent agenda tonight. So we'll do that. And anything else for changes? Okay. I need a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll move. A second.
Other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That takes us to the approval of minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the organizational meeting on the 14th of July, the regular meeting on the 14th of July, and the special meeting on the 6th of August, as well as the board workshop on the 6th of August.
I'll move.
Second.
Any discussion on any of the minutes? Excellent. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That speeds us along to the community participation part of the meeting. If anybody would like to come forward, you can do so at this time.
No comments.
We see no comments yet. There is another point at the end of the meeting, so we will move along for now. Tonight, we have some appointments to do, so we'll go to that section of the meeting. I need a motion to approve the following coach for the 26-27 school year as presented, contingent upon significant participants, as recommended by the athletic coordinator, athletic director, and superintendent.
Move. Second.
Any general discussion, as most discussion would be in executive session?
It says this is, it says coach, but this is for all of the coaching list.
I think there's only one added.
There's-
Right.
yeah.
That's that, okay.
Yeah.
There's just the one that has to be
Yep.
added, yes.
Okay. I see.
Which is good for my daughter, since she's run.
Yeah, so now we have modified cross-country. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to approve the part-time and full-time positions for paraprofessional appointments as provided for the 26-27 school year.
I'll move.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to approve the following coordinators for the 26-27 school year as recommended by the principals and superintendent.
I'll move.
Second.
Any discussion? Thank you for everybody for that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to approve the extracurricular, co-curricular advisors for 26-27 school year as provided for contractual language and as recommended by the elementary principal, secondary principal, and superintendent.
Move?
Second.
Any discussion there? Thank you to everybody for doing these. Helps our students get to do so much more, so we appreciate you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to appoint Jessica Hoople as a mentor for Clarissa
Prohaska,
Prohaskas.
yeah.
Sorry, Clarissa, for mispronouncing your name. From September 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2027, as recommended by the elementary and secondary principal and superintendent.
Move? Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to approve the appointment of Hallie Richardson as a probationary part-time teacher aide bus aide effective September 1, outlined in the recommendation form as recommended by the Director of PPS and Superintendent.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to approve the committees on special education and preschool special education.
Second?
Discussion would be an executive session. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to certify and approve the 22-23 APPR implementation certification for the 26-27 school year and submit to SED as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion? You want to
Just to keep everyone up to date, we are moving toward a STEPS plan, as all the districts are in New York State, which is an updated version of the annual performance review plan for teachers. But that has to be bargained with the HTA, and it has not been bargained yet, so that's why you see us using the most recent bargained plan, which was from 2022, 2023. So that will stay consistent with what's in our current teacher's contract and how we evaluate those staff that are represented by that group. And those negotiations will start this year with moving toward another plan. And those plans don't actually need to be in effect until 2032, so we do have time, but we want to get started on that.
Great.
Thanks.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Need a motion to authorize the disposal of approximately 20 excess piano keyboards identified by the music department and secondary principal as no longer needed for the instrumental purposes as recommended by the business manager and superintendent.
Second?
Discussion?
Just so you know, those are going to be donated to the Palace Theater for their use, so
Great.
that's what's happening with them.
All those in favor?
Aye.
For discussion only, the district emergency response plan. This serves as a public hearing for the proposed revisions of the response plan. The revised plan was posted for the public review and the comment for 30 days following the last board meeting. This hearing provides an opportunity for the school community, personnel, parents, students, and other interested parties to put their input in regarding those revisions. Discussions? Have we heard anything from anybody?
No.
We have not. Anything else to discuss there? Or should we motion? Motion.
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to approve the district emergency response plan for the 26-27 school year as recommended by the business manager and the superintendent and as discussed in the July 14th board meeting?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. A motion to approve Hamilton's participation in the following combined sports programs for 26-27 school year as recommended by the athletic coordinator and superintendent with the understanding that transportation to and from the school shall be the responsibility of the parents and guardians. HCS for hosting modified cross-country with Morrisville 8 and Central School.
Second?
Discussion?
It's nice that we, after so many schools graciously hosted us, it's nice that we're able to host some other students as well.
Yeah.
How many students do we know?
I don't have a number off the top of my head of the
Just
number of
curious.
students at this point. I'm waiting for the other signature to come back from Morrisville Eaton.
Okay.
So,
Great. Wonderful. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I need a motion to approve the establishment of the tax, how do I put it?
certiorari.
Certiorari
Yeah.
Reserve Fund resolution as provided. And I have to read this. All.
Your favorite.
Sorry.
All right, just making sure I got it all. Give me a second. Here we go. Be it resolved by the Board of Education of the Hamilton Central School District pursuant to Section 3651 of the Education Law as follows. 1, the board hereby establishes the reserve fund to be known as the Tax Certiorari Reserve Fund. 2, the source of the fund for such reserve shall be such amounts as may be provided therefore by budgetary appropriation or such revenues that are not required by law to be paid into any other fund or account. 3, monies in such reserve fund may be appropriated only for the payment of judgments and claims in tax certiorari proceedings in accordance with the Article 7 of the Real Property Tax Law, or for the purpose as may be permitted by the applicable law, and any monies deposited into such reserve fund which are not expended for the payment of the judgments or claims arising out of such tax certiorari proceedings for the tax roll in the year such monies are deposited into the fund, which shall not be reasonably be required to pay any such judgment or claim, shall be returned to the general fund on or before the first day of the 4th fiscal year following the deposit of such monies into said reserve fund. Such monies shall be deemed reasonably required to pay any such judgment or claim if the proceedings or claims have not been finally determined or otherwise determined or disposed of after the exhaustion of all appeals. Sorry, I feel like those are all run-on sentences.
They are.
Okay. And then I feel like a bad reader, but here we go. 4, the treasurer is hereby authorized and directed to deposit and invest the monies of such reserve fund in accordance with sections 10 and 11 of the general municipal law and other applicable laws as provided by section 6351 of education law. Any interest earned or capitalized gains realized on the money may be deposited or so invested shall accrue to and become part of such fund. A separate account to be kept of each established fund. Such account shall show A, the date and amount of each sum paid to the fund, B, the interest earned by such fund, C, the capital gains or losses resulting from the sale of investment of the fund, D, the interest or capital gains from which have occurred to the fund, E, the amount and date of which the withdrawal from the fund, F, the assets of the fund indicating the cash balance herein, the schedule of the amounts invested in federal or state obligations. 5, the total of the monies held in the reserve fund shall not exceed that amount which might reasonably be deemed necessary to meet anticipated judgments and claims arising out of such tax certiorari proceedings. 6, sum of $80,000 is hereby appropriated to such fund to be paid from the unappropriated fund balance. 7, this resolution shall take effect immediately. So I need a motion to approve the establishment of the certiorari reserved fund as stated, unless I made a word or two error, and then as written.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion.
Would you like me to say anything more about this at this point, to just go over it?
I think just a quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tax certiorari funds are established in school districts for a period of time to pay back any kind of refund to taxpayers who grieve their property assessment. So if someone grieves their property assessment and they are successful in that grievance and it reduces the value of their property, they receive a refund on taxes that were paid on that property at that assessed value. For us, as you know, that is one of our main sources of revenue. So we have to make sure that we're protecting our interest in terms of the revenue and making sure that we've got money in place that we wouldn't have to take it out of the general fund or to take it out of something that we had already budgeted for programming in order to pay back a tax refund. So that's what a tax certiorari fund is, and you fund it to a point. You can't just put an endless amount of money in there. You put the amount of money that you would need to pay back such a refund to someone with a property that you know has been grieved. The assessment has been grieved. So that's what the district has done. We've been given advice from our legal firm, the Ferrara firm, to do so, and you can look at other school districts in the area and you can see the same thing. That's what that fund is for, and that is the only thing it can be used for.
Other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That takes us to information and correspondence, which we will start with the superintendent's verbal report.
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for making sure we had that taken care of. That was a big item for us these last few weeks, just getting that done. Some updates for you. Thank you to the Board of Education for our retreat on August 6th. We had a really great day where we were updating the district priorities, and we used that work that day to work on our administrative retreat yesterday. We reaffirmed at that board retreat our mission here at Hamilton to educate every student every day, and that is a focus of our administrative staff this year and what we're going to use to start the school year with opening day. I do want to take a moment to invite all of you to come to opening day this year. We are starting on September 1st. We are going to do a staff photo at 8:15 in the morning, if you can be here for that. And we are going to start opening remarks at 8:30. So I would love it if you could be with us to take the picture and even just be with us for about half an hour when we do opening remarks. And a nice little activity about what every student every day means to our staff. A few other notes for you just to know what's going on. Portrait of a Graduate in New York State Inspires meetings are going to be held monthly at BOCES. That's a new initiative from the state of New York to change the graduation measures, which will be fully implemented by 2029. Madison Oneida BOCES has asked us to put together a committee of key stakeholders that work in the district to do that work this year, so we will have a full complement of administrators, teachers, and a guidance counselor to start working on the implementation of those changes. The board asked at the last meeting we had in our retreat to give you some updates on some meetings that we have coming up. Secondary steering will be held on the third Tuesday of the month from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. The elementary steering committee has dates calendared out for the entire year from 4 to 5 p.m. monthly. I will share those now, but you will receive them in writing. On 9/24, 10/22, 11/19, 12/17, 1/28, 2/25, 3/25, 4/15, and 6/10. The administrative retreat that I just mentioned a few moments ago, we did focus on what we are working on this year, which is every student every day. That was held yesterday. We are utilizing the district priorities to write administrative goals, and the administrative team and I would like to present to all of you on October 8th what those goals are and how those will be implemented throughout the year. That is also the same night as our the pumpkin walk and the Touch a Truck event here. So we will have alternate parking for board members that night. So that's that. The inclusivity meeting dates and times for that committee have not been established yet this year, so please stay tuned for that. There are going to be a few changes and try to get more student involvement in that committee. Just a couple of highlights of things that are going on here in the district that I wanted to make sure we showcased. We had the Ag Ventures Camp that ran last week here. It was quite a hit. Students were here throughout the day. Our FFA students helped out with that. It was a really neat event. There was a petting zoo. There were some turkeys that received pedicures. A lot of interesting things. Goats, calf. So it was really neat. I got an opportunity to see our students really enjoy themselves. Also, on that same front, to highlight some students, I wanted to mention that we had a student, Senna Atefa, did I pronounce her name correctly? With help from Ali Catania, they were awarded a $3,000 grant through their work with FFA, and that grant is going to help with our garden to fund some work with that this year, so all of our students can benefit from that. I wanted to congratulate Sana and Allie on that, so thank you. It's great. Also, just some things to think about. Open house is also September 1st from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And we have continued to meet to talk about the capital project that was approved last year. We started meeting the other day to talk about the auditorium. So we are in the process of looking at some designs for the auditorium and what the stakeholders feel would be most beneficial for that space. Those are going to continue on a bi-weekly basis, and we have another meeting coming up this week to talk about all the other components of the approved capital project that are not related to the auditorium. In addition, the superintendent's conference day schedule went out to staff today, and as I mentioned, we're going to be doing that group photo, but if the board, if you are going to attend that day, we just ask if you wear Hamilton apparel or green and white so we can all take that picture. And I believe that is the end of my update. Oh, other than to let you know that all the sports will be starting on August 24th. They had a coaches meeting today, and we're in good shape to get everyone started.
Great. Excellent. There's no business manager report this evening. Knowledge sharing, obviously we have not had committee meetings, but is there anything else that anybody outside of the committee meetings like to discuss? I'd just like to say, this is the one that I text everybody about. This was a newspaper article I got, and you have yours there. It seems like the onboard newspaper that came out is really informational, especially on the new changes to, what can I say about it? Portrait of graduate and such. So very informational, and yes, so if you have time to read it, it was a good reads. Anything else for that?
I guess committee-based out. So you said you were trying to get some more students for the inclusivity committee. Is that something that we ask to the general student body, or?
Yeah, so Chris Rogers is running that committee, so he's going to be working on that once school starts to try to see how that can be reworked a little bit to increase participation with students. So.
For middle and, well, mostly high school, but middle and high school. Yeah.
Yes.
High school students, you said, mostly? Yeah.
Advocacy.
Just a quick update this month. We had the Resolutions Committee meeting last Wednesday. We reviewed and voted on 5 bylaws and 28 resolutions. We had a record-breaking time meeting. It was amazing. We have a really great Resolutions Committee group. This isn't the annual meeting. This is Resolutions Committee. But we went through them. It was very thorough.
You're in charge of it, right?
No, I
thought
am not.
you were in charge of this one.
But we have a really great leader this year who kept things really moving. And we will have a follow-up meeting once all the amendments and things come in, and then we'll be ready for our super long annual meeting.
There you go.
And Jody's going to register me as the voting delegate. So once those resolutions all come out, I'll send them all to you guys. You'll let me know in, favor or not favor, and you'll get those back to me, and that's how I'll vote. So that's it.
That was short.
Summertime.
As far as board discussion goes, we have been signed up for convention. So we're all set there. So thank you, Jody. I know that is like, how fast can you get it done to get the spaces for us? And so we appreciate your diligence there doing that. And that provides us a lot of training opportunity, right? And that's why we think it's so important for us to go, and we'll learn so much and be able to bring things back to the district, which I think will be excellent. One of the things that we've been talking about, and we talked about when we were in our retreat, was just making sure that we're getting what we need to make sure that we're paying attention to the right things throughout the agenda, and that we're asking the right questions and things of that sort. So with Corey and with Andrea, we've had some discussions about new processes and what are things that we can do to make sure that we are really paying attention to the right things at the right time, so that we are not a board that is neglectful either on purpose or by accident. So one of the things that we would like to do is look to do a early winter, midwinter retreat again, and bring in Farrar to kind of go through some legal steps that we should be paying attention to, some legal considerations that'll keep our district safe going forward. So we'd like to set that up. I don't know time frame wise exactly when it is, but I just thought it would be a good opportunity for us to have a moment here to talk about it, and then we can work at figuring out a date coming forward for that.
Sounds good.
I just think with the start of school, it might not be the great time to do it right this second, and so that's what I was thinking, early winter or late fall or something might be our time frame, but.
For me, I think earlier is sooner is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be good. I had brought this up to Michelle because I also kind of see this as like a board thing. I don't like, of course, Andrew, you'd be invited to come if you wanted to, but maybe it'd be more focused on us. I think you've already had enough.
I've had a lot of meetings, it's okay.
So maybe that doesn't conflict so much with the start of school issues, if that's.
So we can look at September, we'll get in touch with them and see if they can look at some September, October dates and give them, give us a couple, and then Jody can reach out to us and say, these are the 4 dates, which are the best 2 or best 1 or things like that. And we will set something up and start the process.
And they I know we've met with them on Zoom before too.
Yeah.
Yes, it will do virtual.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because something like that might be even easier during
Yeah.
the day or something.
Right. So we'll look at some options and then I'll get back to you all on that. But I just thought that this was perfect timing to be able to sit here and have a moment. And so when I do, or Jody does reach out and say, hey, we're going to set this up, that you all have an idea of what we're setting up. So there'll be another special meeting, but it'll be for the basis of trying to be better procedurally, and also make sure that we're paying attention to the things we should legally, that not that we haven't been, but sometimes we are unaware of what we're unaware of, right?
Yeah.
And so the more we can be, and I think it's just a great time to be thinking about it now, especially because things are new and things are happening differently because you're a different person, which you should be, but it makes us think about things differently as well. And so never to question what's happening or what did or didn't happen in the past, but how can we be the top board that we've been from now going forward. So I will work on that, more to come.
Great.
We are moving to general participation. I see no comments online. I see nobody really excited to jump up in the front row there. So we will move from here. We do not have anything to vote on this evening after executive session. Therefore, we will not be coming back on the computer. And there we will just adjourn executive session and regular session directly after. But for executive session, I need a motion to move to executive session to discuss the employment history of a particular person or persons and pending litigation.
Move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we'll take a 5-minute break.
Thank you, everyone.
That's what I'm going to make sure.
Why do you even practice the FFA meetings?